Several standard years have elapsed since the tumultuous events depicted in Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, and the Adeptus Mechanicus Forge world of Graia is once again at the forefront of a cataclysmic struggle. In this narrative odyssey, players step into the formidable boots of Malum Kaido, a battle-hardened firstborn Sternguard, veteran space marine hailing from the revered Ultramarines chapter. The Inquisition, recognizing the imminent threat to Graia, dispatches Kaido and his first company brethren back to the beleaguered Forge world on a mission of utmost importance. The origin of Graia's renewed peril traces back to the Orc and Chaos invasions orchestrated by the malevolent Chaos sorcerer Nemeroth. Following these devastating incursions, the Inquisition maintains a vigilant watch over Graia, anticipating the emergence of new threats. Inquisitor Cybele of the Ordo Malleus unveils a disturbing revelation. Rogue tech priests of Graia have tampered with the remains of the late Inquisitor Drogon's unstable warp-based power source. The result? A catastrophic experimentation leading to the opening of a warp rift, allowing Chaos forces to swarm once more onto the Forge world. Malum Kaido assumes the critical task of retrieving the potent power source, aided by a servo skull once belonging to Inquisitor Drogon. However, their descent to Graia takes a perilous turn as their drop pod sustains severe damage, leaving Kaido as the lone survivor. Undeterred, he valiantly carves his path through the chaos-infested landscape, confronting cultists, heretic Astartes, and daemons alike. Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun is a retro-style first-person shooter developed by Auroch Digital and published on May 23, 2023. Before continuing with the analysis of the game, I am going to briefly explain the history of the firstborn Sternguard veteran Space Marines and their role in this universe. In the Warhammer 40,000 universe, the firstborn Sternguard veteran Space Marine is a highly seasoned and elite warrior within the ranks of the Adeptus Astartes. Sternguard veterans are typically drawn from the ranks of the chapter's tactical marines, and they have undergone numerous campaigns and battles. Their extensive combat experience and expertise make them invaluable assets in critical missions and high-stakes engagements. Sternguard veterans are not only skilled marksmen, but are also tactically versatile. They can adapt to various combat scenarios, utilizing different types of specialized ammunition for their bolters to effectively engage a wide range of enemy threats, whether it be heavily armored foes or swarms of infantry. Firstborn Sternguard veterans often bear the marks of honor and decorations earned throughout their distinguished service. These may include purity seals, campaign badges, and personal heraldry that further distinguish them as elite warriors. In essence, the firstborn Sternguard veteran Space Marine represents the epitome of Space Marine prowess, combining combat experience, tactical acumen, and unparalleled marksmanship to serve as a stalwart defender of humanity in the grim and war-torn galaxy of Warhammer 40,000. In the midst of chaos, Kaido discovers the mastermind behind this evil resurgence, Tumulus Samael, a malevolent chaos sorcerer with grand ambitions to transform Graia into a demon world under his rule. Racing against time, Kaido learns of Samael's knowledge of the power source fragment and vows to thwart the sorcerer's nefarious plans. The climax unfolds within the sacred confines of an Adeptus Mechanicus vault housing the coveted power source. Samael, having seized the fragment, confronts Kaido, taunting him with the impending doom unleashed upon Graia. A fierce battle ensues, culminating in Kaido's triumphant slaying of the Chaos Sorcerer. Inquisitor Cybele arrives promptly at the Void Station above Graia, securing the power source for the Inquisition. With the immediate threat averted, the warp rift begins to close. However, Cybele warns of lingering Chaos forces on Graia, prompting Kaido to brace himself for the trials yet to come. Boltgun excels in its combat mechanics, with both ranged and melee engagements feeling impactful and satisfying. The introduction of the iconic Boltgun is appropriately dramatic, and its use against various enemies, including the overkill of Nurglings, is a delight. The diverse arsenal, featuring weapons like the Meltagun, Plasma Gun, and Vengeance Launcher, adds strategic depth to the gameplay, requiring players to match or exceed an enemy's toughness level for optimal damage. However, the absence of a weapon wheel poses a minor inconvenience, forcing players to navigate the arsenal with less than ideal methods during heated battles. The melee system, while providing a sense of explosive momentum with time-slowing attacks, misses an opportunity for deeper integration with the game's mechanics, particularly in health and contempt rewards for kills. Special abilities, such as a dash and no fear, add variety to gameplay, but the latter's activation lacks clarity. Secrets, in the form of power-ups, encourage dynamic and aggressive combat tactics, enhancing the overall experience. Chaos enemies, portrayed with unpredictability and spawning mechanics, add depth to the gameplay. However, the repetitive nature of boss encounters, featuring the same foes multiple times, highlights a missed opportunity for more variety and challenge. Level design, though distinct and showcasing the vast scale of the 40K universe, suffers from poor communication. Maze-like layouts and lack of guidance lead to frustrating moments, emphasizing the need for a map or clearer directional cues. The decision to strip players of their weapons between chapters, despite the stellar gunplay, feels unnecessary and diminishes the overall experience. Now, when it comes to graphics, Boltgun has adjustable features to fit the retro aesthetic, offering flexibility to the player's preferences. The soundtrack, while not exceptional, complements the atmosphere, although individual tracks can blend into each other. The campaign takes between 8 and 10 hours to complete, which starts off a little slow but moves quickly into a solid middle section and ends with a series of unremarkable final levels. In total, there are 24 levels divided into 3 chapters. Like many retro shooters, Boltgun is probably best enjoyed by those interested in challenging its toughest difficulties. That means mastering the movement and combat skills of run and gun in an attempt to master the level designs and weapon types, something the weapons in Boltgun lend themselves well to, as each one has a special job to do. Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun includes 7 power-ups referred to as relics, each designed with names and effects that seamlessly fit into the Warhammer 40K universe. Strategically placed throughout the levels, these power-ups are frequently tucked away in isolated spots, necessitating players to diligently explore the map in search of buffs and boosts, capable of shifting the balance against the malevolent forces of the ruinous powers. Familiarity with the identity and functions of each relic proves advantageous, significantly enhancing the manageability of completing Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun. The relics are the following: Full Contempt, Aura of Doom, Assault Doctrine, Munitions Boon, Infinite Ammo, Machine Spirit, and Vortex Grenade. Throughout the campaign, we will find different types of ammunition. First, we have the standard bolts. Standard bolts comprise the following components: outer casing, propellant base, main charge, mass reactive detonator cap, depleted deuterium core, diamantine tip. The caliber of the standard round is 75 and it possesses a super dense metallic core. Sternguard veterans use Dragonfire bolts. The gas discharge ensures that targets hit take full damage, even if they are partially shielded. Kraken bolts are powerful armor-piercing projectiles. The deuterium core is replaced by a solid adamantine core and uses a heavier primary charge. Upon impact, the outer casing detaches and the high-speed adamantium needle accelerates toward the victim, where the larger detonator propels fragments of super-hardened metal into the wound. They are effective against heavily armored infantry. Vengeance rounds utilize an unstable flux technology which makes them slightly hazardous to use, but makes them very good against armored targets. In fact, they were originally developed to combat traitor marines. In conclusion, Warhammer 40,000 Boltgun presents a captivating core gameplay loop within the rich Warhammer 40K universe. Despite its flaws, the game's fiery setting and action-packed sequences contribute to an enjoyable experience. While it may not revolutionize the FPS genre, Boltgun offers a nostalgic journey for Warhammer enthusiasts. As the franchise continues to evolve, the potential for more groundbreaking experiences within the Warhammer 40K universe remains promising. My final score is a solid 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Until the next video.